Hi, my name is Mario Scordato with the Chopping Block, and today I'm going to show you guys how to start and use the Big Green Egg. The first thing we want to do is make sure that all this is nice and clean. We don't have any charcoal plugging up the holes in the grate down here. Once we have that, we're going to go ahead and add some charcoal to the grill. Even though we may be doing a short cooking time, we always want to put a good load of charcoal in here. I'm going to add it just till it comes up to what's called the fire ring, this line right here. Make sure this charcoal is scattered around evenly. Just like that. So before we go ahead and actually light the grill, we always want to make sure that we don't have a lot of ash down in the bottom. So we're going to open up the bottom vent, use our little tool here. I'm going to scrape this all out. Make sure we're scraping this always into the metal bucket. You never know if there were some coals in there from the day before that just may be a little hot still. Okay, now that we've gotten all that out of there, we're going to close up the screen vent, leave the other one open, so this is wide open. All right, so to light our grill, we're going to use our little bricks here. 3 of them should work just fine for, this is the large size of the Big Green Egg. And we're just going to tuck them down in evenly around. We're going to go ahead and use our little lighter and light them. These are going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to light up the grill. So we're just going to let them sit there and do their thing. We want to make sure we leave the lid open and leave that bottom vent wide open like we had. So as you can see, we've got a nice bit of flame going. One has already started to burn down, and we want to get the other 2 to the same spot. Now that we've got our fire started, we need to adjust our temperature and make some decisions. If we're going to use this with indirect heat, we're going to use our plate setter here. This goes in with the feet up. We're going to place it right on top of the fire ring, and then we're going to add our grill grate. Now, if we were going to do that direct fire, we would take the plate setter out, add our grill grate right over the top of the coals. We're going to leave it with the direct heat. We're now going to close the lid, and we need to adjust our temperature. To adjust our temperature, we're going to use both the top and the bottom air vents on the Big Green Egg. Now the bottom, we're going to use for more of a macro adjustment, okay? So our big kind of temperature swings. We're going to keep this kind of in the middle for now. Okay, and then the top, we use for a little more micro. We can kind of fine tune. So we're going to leave this just slightly open. We're going to get this to about 325 degrees, and we're going to do some cooking in a little bit. The tighter we close these up, the lower the temperature, the more we open them up, the more airflow we get from the bottom through the top, and the hotter our fire will get in there. Now that we've got our temperature adjusted, we're going to go ahead and cook. We're going to do some chicken breasts today on the Big Green Egg. So we're going to open this up. We always want to give just a little, what we call a little burp. Just give a couple little open and closes, and that will make sure we don't get any flare-ups as that charcoal is getting a lot of heat. One of the big differences with using something like this as opposed to something that uses briquettes is that we're actually creating small little pockets of fire in here. We're not getting all of our charcoal ashed and cooking over it. All the charcoal that remains in there is going to be used continuously as fuel as we cook on this, as opposed to briquettes where we want to burn them all or get them all nice and ashed and cook over that heat. So now that we've got this open, I'm going to go ahead and add our chicken breasts. Put them right on the grill grates. We're going to close this up. Make sure that our top is where we want to keep it. And we're going to let those cook. Now, we typically want to cook with this closed. Like I said earlier, we're using the flame in there more to heat the entire Big Green Egg than we are to really cook directly on the surface. All right, it's been a couple minutes, so we're going to go ahead and turn these over. looking fantastic. We're gonna let them cook a little on the second side, and we're gonna close that back up again. All right, I think our chicken should be done. We're gonna open this up. Those look fantastic. We're gonna take them off here. And then we're just gonna close it up. Now that we're finished cooking with the big green egg, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down or turn it off. We're gonna start by closing the bottom vents. I'm gonna close everything up entirely. We're gonna take the top one off, and we're gonna put on what we call the snuffer. That's gonna close everything up, restrict all the air, and the coals will go out in about 15 to 20 minutes. After that, that's about it. So thanks for hanging out with me, and let me show you how the big green egg works.